and telling you what it's all about. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 24, just moved here from New York, born and raised over there. I'm an aspiring actor, producer, director, hustler of all sorts. But yeah, I came out here to California to chase the dream, like everybody else. And on this show, I'm just gonna be taking you on my journey here on the West Coast, and inviting special guests onto my show, people who I think have influenced me throughout my journey, or people who I feel like have the same passion or burning desire to chase their dreams. So I'm gonna be telling you crazy stories along the way, introducing you to new music, and gonna be taking you on the move everywhere I go because my life is fucking crazy. So thank you for listening, and this is the first episode of MoMo on the Move. Alright, so I have my first two guests of MoMo on the Move. We have Philly here, Philemon, and we have Sterling. And so today we're going to be talking about dating and love and all that good stuff, because I'm sure we've had our fair share of experiences.
Oh, yeah.
I actually had one right before this podcast, so it gave me some content to talk about. But Sterling, let's start with you.
What? It's always exciting.
Yes. So how has your love life been since you've moved out here to LA? And you can tell the people where you're from and a little intro about yourself.
Yeah, so originally from Rhode Island, East Coast representing, and born and raised in a super small redneck town. There was no dating either. you basically just went to high school with the same people you're probably gonna date, and I got sick and tired of that. I ended up moving out to Denver, Colorado for a girl, and when I realized, when I first realized that I wanted to become an actor, I decided to change my whole perspective, and I wanted to pursue that dream. So ultimately, I moved out here with the intentions of having a girlfriend. That flew south within 2 months. She flew out and broke up with me. Crazy ass ordeal. So I was here, broken hearted, and still trying to survive in LA with these girls out here. I guess we would call them crazy people. It's been wild. It's been wild trying to adapt to the new culture. Everything's about money.
Yeah, it's definitely a culture shock.
It's huge.
But how do you feel about LA girls? Honestly, how do you feel about LA girls?
Wait, before they go in, I actually want to give you a little brief intro on how I met these guys right here. So I actually met them at my first casting out here, my first month. And we're all from the East Coast, so we just had that East Coast vibe right away, and we met as ravers. We were playing extras for ravers for this horror movie.
We got paid to dance.
We got paid to rave. It was lit.
It was stupid.
So it was stupid.
It was stupid.
So yeah, no, we've been friends ever since, and he's an aspiring actor. He's an aspiring everything.
I'm
producer.
aspiring something.
He's aspiring to not be homeless, and that's
there you go.
That's important.
Love it. That's it.
So yeah, back to you, Stan. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's really cool. So moving out here, I thought I'd try to get onto that Tinder game and all that other stuff.
Oh yes, the dating apps.
It's all about the Tinderella.
Sterling's all about the Tinderella.
Guys, I've had some of the craziest wild nights I could ever have while being out here in LA. Dude, I met up with one chick that originally, she was older. It was more of a MILF story, I guess you could say. And I'm not into that anymore, but this one chick invited me over to her house, just ended up having a bunch of dildos all over the place. She was a friggin' nympho, man. Yeah, I mean, people that are weird, but...
Oh, I have met some weird people.
Yeah?
Alright, but how do you feel about the whole dating apps? What's your take on that? Because for me personally, I'm all about meeting in person. I feel like you don't really know what's on the other side. And I tried Tinder twice in college just for shits and giggles, because me and my friends we were just oh yeah, he's so hot, swipe right. But then some of them wanted to meet, and I was alright, that's fine, because I was in college, and the place we would meet would be the bars. So public setting, I have all my friends, I'm safe. But what they presented to me on Tinder was not what I saw on in real life.
Catfish.
Yeah.
Catfish.
Well, like it's just like there's like new dating apps like where they have the height now. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Every time I met these guys, they were like they had a really handsome face, but like they were just like my size. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just not.
Oh, so height's a real big deal.
Height's a little bit of a big deal. I mean, you
Wait a
can't be
minute.
shorter
Yeah, I
than
know.
my
Like,
height. I'm
here we go.
5'3". You can't be
Every
my height.
guy here is about to explode.
I'm sorry. I mean, like you just need to be past 5'3".
Time out.
I'm
You're
sorry.
trashing dating apps, but aren't you on Hinge?
I tried the
You're on
Hinge.
Hinge.
I tried the Hinge. I deleted Hinge. All right, it's
Okay.
over. But like okay. We'll talk.
She said.
Your take on it.
she said the first time she told me about Hinge, I was like, "What's that?"
Well,
Like,
because
what is that?
I'm not a fan of the dating apps, but when I got here, my coworkers at the tequila bar and grill that I work at, they were like, I mean, you're new
That's a
here, you
terrible
might
name.
as well.
Who names
It's
an
called.
app
It's
Hinge?
called. Oh yeah, I don't know.
That's awful.
Anyway, she was
I
like,
don't know,
"You're
Philly.
new. You don't really like know anyone. Just try it out." Because she found her boyfriend through Bumble, so she's like a big, advocate of the dating apps. And I was like, "I don't know, guys." And I told her about my Tinder experiences, like the 2 that I had, and she was like, "No, like it's better. It's different." I'm like, "All right." So I went on 2 Hinge dates. The first one was a complete like dud. The guy was super good looking, like, he had his money right, he was hot, he had lived in a good, but like when we met, like he was just a potato. Like he was so
Absolute potato.
boring. Like, oh my god, like honestly I could not have a conversation
So
with
yeah, I was gonna say, so for the audience, a potato is a what?
a potato is a boring
Yeah, what is a potato?
boring ass person. Like you're a potato. Like there's no substance.
Like dude could walk in and look like $1 million, but has absolutely nothing
no
to say.
personality, not like he's a potato. Like
Wow.
does a potato have personality? I don't know.
I don't know, absolutely.
Exactly. So that is my description of my first Hinge date. Second one went really well, but then this nigga went off to Europe for a whole month, and then but he's back. He's back now. So
Oh, did he text you?
yeah, he actually did. So we're gonna see where that goes, and we'll follow up on the Hinge. But I deleted the app as of now.
And that's
But I took that one from Hinge, so I'm gonna save him right here. He's in the.
so
waiting.
would you actually say you would download a dating app again? Would you ever do that or no?
I mean, I guess Hinge wasn't that bad. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
But at first, I wasn't a big proponent of it. But I'm now in kind of like.
I was on Tinder when it first came out. When they first had the beta for
Sterling
Tinder.
is
I was
about
so
Tinder, bro.
I was
It's
so
ridiculous.
I was so
It's absolutely ridiculous.
so about it.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna get kidnapped, Monica.
One day.
Honestly,
I have.
What kind of advice is that?
Honestly, I'm surprised
That's a
that happens.
fact. It's a
All right,
fact.
so Philly, let's your take on dating
On
apps.
dating apps?
Yeah, let's see.
I don't know. Okay, so the issue with dating apps, there's a lot of issues.
Alright,
First of
let's
all,
hear
I
it.
don't have time. Like, I tried Tinder, right? I like all through college, I was going through Tinder, swiping right, and left. But
I was like, damn.
like,
No, you gotta just keep swiping
No,
right,
but it's
man.
like-
There's-
I know. It's like I just don't have time to like go through it, and it's like you match with someone, right? And then you message them, and then you have to wait for them to message you back. And like I'm a horrible texter as it is,
Yeah.
right? So and then Bumble is just confusing. I don't even understand Bumble.
Yeah, no,
Bumble,
I'm
like-
pretty sure the girl has to approach you
Right,
first.
yeah.
You can't like, it's yes.
But it's like I don't know. I would much rather like meet someone in person. Honestly,
It's
I
just
feel like it's a
easier.
lot. Yeah, it is. Honestly, like
and more natural. Like I
It
just
really
feel like I
is.
don't like want to tell my children later on. Oh yeah, we met through a dating app. Like I feel
Yeah.
like that's whack.
you met
Like
through
I'd
Tinder.
rather like I don't think Hinge is bad, but like I prefer to meet someone in
My
person.
parents met at a bar. My aunts met at a coffee shop. All my family, it's all these natural. Like you'll have a kid and be like,
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I
this one
want.
time I swiped right on this chick. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
not, I'm not
And
mad
that
at
is your
Tinder
mom.
either. Like
And that is your
Tinder's
mom.
fantastic. Like it's a fantastic place. It really is. It's a unique, fantastic place. Just
I
be
thought
careful.
Tinder was scary. I think Hinge is a little bit better. I
Like-
think you get a little bit more out of what.
I think you're looking for dating when you go onto Hinge.
Yeah.
you
So
know?
apparently the Hinge app is created to be deleted. Like that's its like advertisement. So like it kind of
Oh really? That's
like its thing. Like created to be
That's
deleted.
actually good. That's
I was gonna say because I have not downloaded Hinge yet.
It's not
I'm not on
Honestly,
Hinge. It's
I
like-
had it was a
that's a
50-50
surprise.
for me. It was a 50-50
Yeah.
for me. But then like there's like a lot of guys, and then you start matching, and then like you can't talk. I don't have time. Like you said, I don't have time to talk to all of them, and then like try to meet all of them. That's just like it's too much. But yeah.
Also, I was on Tinder like the university for Tinder.
There's a
Like-
university
Like you
for
can,
Tinder.
it's like for college kids.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just for
I thought that was just like another level of Tinder.
It is.
We're
it is
about to
another-
teach you
it is
the
another
ways
level.
of Tinder.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it is. And like I recently took myself off of it like a while ago, like when I graduated. And then I got exposed to real Tinder. Real Tinder was scary. Real Tinder, I don't know, Sterling. I don't know, man. Real Tinder is scary. It's a scary place.
Yeah, no, I agree. Tinder was scary. Hinge is not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so how has dating been for you in
Los
in
Angeles?
Los Angeles? I mean, he moved here like the same time that I moved here. It's like 2 months ago in January.
So I don't know, like I'm busy as is. Like that's my main problem. Like no matter where I am, it's like I'm just always doing something.
You're always on the move.
Exactly.
There you
But it's like I'm always doing something. So like I just don't really have time for a relationship. And like I've been in situations before where it's like I haven't committed myself to it, and then I end up letting the girl down, right? And like I don't want to do that because then like you end up hurting them emotionally, and that's not something I want to
Are
do.
you the one that says it's not you, it's me?
Oh.
No, it's
Oh,
like
my
I'm
heart.
just like doing my thing, right? And then I mean, like when you're in a relationship, I get like you need to be committed. You need to go out. You can't just go to
It can't be
IHOP.
a one-sided situation.
just can't go to
There has to
You
be
just can't
effort
go
on both ends.
Listen, don't like IHOP. IHOP is a fantastic, magical place.
Is this where you pick up chicks?
No,
From
it's where I
IHOP?
take them for
Look,
dates.
I don't trust Tinder. Tinder's scary, but I'm gonna go to IHOP at 2 a.m. and pick up a girl.
No,
What?
No shot. I didn't say that. I said I take them on the first date. We're going to IHOP. It's a fact.
I don't
It's a
know
fact.
how I feel about that.
I would feel I would like to take a girl out to a really nice dinner. Is nice.
Go ahead. I want some.
Well, I
pancakes,
guess okay. So I
Alright.
guess that's kind of like he's trying to impress, but you're trying to kind of be like, if you don't mess with me now at my low point, like then you can't mess with me
Exactly.
when I'm at my high point.
Exactly.
Is IHOP a continuous low point? Like, is this gonna be a daily?
Oh, it's like IHOP Fridays, baby. IHOP Fridays.
No, because like I get it. It's like a lot for guys to just be spewing money on every single girl that they want to date. Like
That's another thing.
It's
That's
a lot
another
of
thing, yeah.
money and commitment. Like, and you have to really, and it's usually the guys are expected to
Yes.
pay for the first date
Sure, yeah.
at least, or until you guys have come to a relationship where you guys now she's paying for things or. But I wouldn't mind paying for the second date. If I'm like truly into that guy,
Sure,
I would
yeah.
do it, yeah. But
No,
like,
but then that's a thing. You believe that the first date the guy is gonna pay for, right?
honestly, I would like that, yeah.
Okay. I would
But
like
I would
She
you
just wants a
Yes.
free meal.
How-
Yes.
how-
Oh,
Just a free meal.
and is that a problem?
She
I'm a
did.
starving artist right now. I'm not really starving.
We're both we're all actors
I
here.
know.
Starving.
Honestly, I'm always hungry, so if you can feed me, food's expensive.
I know.
Shit.
Yeah. Around here? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know though. It's like if I'm gonna actually try with a girl, like I really have to like you, honestly, because like I'm just doing so much stuff and like it gets like that's one more thing,
Yeah.
that you have to deal with.
No. You have to
That you have to deal
I
with.
know,
Why
it's
would
like,
you
it's
put it
like,
that way?
this
It's like
is
a burden.
punishment. This is like
It's
I
like a
have to
burden.
deal with this.
Okay, well, I guess we're all in the same state where we are just like too focused on what we want to do and we're just too busy to, give our all to someone else. Because when you're in a relationship, you want to give your 100%.
Yeah,
You don't want to
absolutely.
half-ass it because then it's
Mhm.
that relationship 90% of the time isn't going to go far
Exactly.
and isn't going to work out. So I get it. I think we're all genuine people who want to give it all, but we're just too busy to do that at the moment.
I mean, at a daily.
Also, we're still fresh here in California.
Oh yeah, we're way.
So-
We don't even know where the hell we're going.
I get lost every day. I'm not even kidding. I get lost. I have to pull up Apple Maps to find
Oh,
my
I don't
home.
go anywhere without Apple Maps. I need
Exactly.
GPS everywhere.
Like all day long.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All day.
I don't turn off the GPS unless I'm like 5 minutes away from home and like I know that direction that I'm coming
And
from.
even then, I still take a left when I should have taken a right, and I'm like, damn it.
But like getting back to that point though, like people have like this perception that dating in LA is different than dating anywhere else, right?
I
Like
don't think so. I think it's.
you don't think so?
I
I hear that
mean-
all the time. Like on the East Coast.
I can agree. It is different. It's
Do you think so? I
Oh,
don't think so at
absolutely.
all. It's like people are busy everywhere though. You know.
Yeah.
But this is the
I
area
think
that
that's just our
glorifies
generation.
it. I think this is the area that glorifies being single and hooking
I
up
guess,
with.
yeah.
Like this is when you think about like the hookup generation
Mm.
and all the models for that, it's here in LA, man. This you go around to Kentucky, people aren't gonna be like, oh sure I'm gonna hook up, you know, like people are into
a nice
dedicated
Southern
relationships.
belle down here.
Yeah, Southern Belle. They're like into dedicated relationships. Out
Yeah.
here, things are just so fast paced that dating it could be like a fly.
I
by
feel
night.
like the thing is here in LA, it's kind of like they're opportunity seekers. Like if that person, it's
Right.
if
That's
that
what I'm
person
worried
is
about.
gonna get
That's
them to the
exactly
next
what I'm
level,
worried
then
about.
yeah, I
Okay,
feel like
question.
that's how
She
they.
says she's
Question.
a gold
It's
digger.
kind of fake. What?
Question though,
What's
if
that?
you ever made it, so you ever got famous, you were super wealthy,
Right.
what would happen? Like, how would your dating life change?
I feel like that would change tremendously because like you don't know if the person that you're going on a date with is going out because they genuinely like you or because they like where you're at in life.
So how would you?
I don't know, and I don't know how celebrities date because like I
Exactly.
feel like it's always difficult for them, and I feel like they end up dating other celebrities because they're the only people that know exactly what you're going through.
Mm,
So that's just another thing that we're gonna have to tackle as we become, more successful.
Yeah,
like, hopefully.
Mhm.
But back to the craziest dating situation that you've been in.
that I've been in,
Okay, what's the craziest thing a girl has asked you to do?
the craziest thing. I gotta think about that.
Sterling.
Yeah, I can start this one off. So,
I mean, I'll follow up because I
yeah.
got some
So
things.
like I said, I was on Tinder when it first came out. Like I was on the beta. So a lot of people were kind of figuring out like what the whole like Tinder swiping because
He's
hot.
the Tinder OG.
Yeah, I'm a Tinder OG. Hot or Not had been out for a little while, so people love that crap. You know, it's just like, oh my god, it's hot. You know, so they're
Yeah.
swiping, and I thought, I'll skip on that. I thought Tinder was gonna be the goal, right? That this thing was gonna be like, I'm gonna find the perfect girl right here. So a lot of people get on that site, and at that time, I just believed in like the swipe right mentality. So just keep
Never. It's always swipe right.
It's always.
That's not even
It's
at
like,
that time. It's
they-
always.
they-
That's an always mentality.
they had apps, guys. They had apps during that time where you could download them, run them simultaneously on your phone,
Mm-hmm.
and they would swipe right on every girl in a program while you're not even doing it on your phone. I was not on those programs.
I was like,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know, it's a lot of that.
We can't
to
prove
not
that
be on those
fact.
programs.
I could-
I knew about them, but I
But
wasn't on.
But I was on them. So I matched with this one girl, and she wasn't really my type. You know, I just thought it'd be nice and continue the conversation. But eventually, it just kind of led to the point where I was just like, "Damn, I'm horny," and she was horny. So she's like, "Why don't you just come over my place?" I was like, "Word, I'm down. This sounds like a pretty good idea." And in Rhode Island, you gotta travel up. She lived in Providence, so like
Okay.
I'm all the way down here in the Richmond, Westerly area. So I get in my car. At that time, I was like 19. I get in my car. I'm like, I'm souped. I'm gonna get laid tonight. It's like it hasn't been a while.
Did you have like a boner on the ride there? Like,
No, not at all. It's just, you gotta get hype, man. You're blasting music and everything like that.
Okay, what is
I may have had
Chub.
chub going on, but
Oh my god. Okay, continue.
continue. So I'm driving up there, and I'm really excited, right? And I pull up, and she, basically a little bit before this, maybe about 2 days before, she texts me. She says, "Well, hey, listen, like I'm into some a little weird stuff." I'm like, you know what? I'm super open. Talk to me. Tell me what's up. What are you into? She's like, I'm into anime porn. I'm like, okay. Well, you know what? Whatever makes you happy is like totally. Cause I'm not gonna judge you for what you like.
Right.
You know.
I mean,
And then she's just like, and it's like whatever you're into, like, as long as it doesn't affect us, right? So she's like, well, it gets a little weird than that. I'm like, oh, how weird are we going? And she's like, well, I really like furries.
what does that mean? Like what? Furries.
Same reaction. I was like,
What the fuck is furries?
I don't even know what that means. Like, what does that mean? So instead, she's just like, oh, it's nothing like crazy. Like some people like dress up in like these costumes, but like I'm not into that. And she didn't go into detail about it, like at all, right? So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. You know, I'll ignore this.
I mean, you're gonna think it's like gonna role play. Could be hot.
Could be hot. Like I mean, like dude, like I said, like fuck it. So like I'm in the car now. Fast forward like 2 days. I'm in the car driving up to her house.
Right.
I get to her pad. I open it. I knock on the door. She opens up. She opens the door, and this sexy ass lingerie, like Victoria's Secret, beautiful. And again, remember, I'm 19 at the time, so like anything is hot.
Okay.
So she's just like, come on in. I'm like, perfect. She gives me a beer. She's like, relax, make yourself comfortable. I'm gonna come back in the room. I'm like, okay, cool. So I sit down, relax, and have my beer. I'm like, dude, this is sick. Her place was a little rundown. It wasn't the best, but
How old was she?
she had to been like 21, 22.
Okay, she was rocking the cradle a little bit.
A little bit.
Right.
I think that's always been said about me. Is like I'm always into older girls. So.
Some cougars.
Cougars. So she comes back in, and I'm dead ass. I am not like. I still envision what she's wearing is this giant purple bear costume.
No.
Swear.
No.
This big ass bear costume looks like a goddamn Teletubby. She straight up just filmed Teletubby and came in here. She's got
I would have ran away.
She's like, I am so ready for you. I was like, hell no.
Okay, he's told me this story before, right? And I'm mad at him. He should have gone. I would have put on Big Bird real fast.
What the fuck
it's
is
like
wrong with
experience, Sterling.
But
it's
how
an experience.
do your body parts meet if you're in
There's
these
gotta be
furry? That's these
there's
little
an opening.
There has to be an opening.
I don't know.
You would have found out if you would have gone through with it. Just saying.
To each his own, but
Just
like,
saying.
don't ask me to.
Please go in detail. I'd love to know exactly how you got sex with a plastic bear or something.
Well, we all know
Figure it
what
out.
Philly's down
You
for.
freaking figure it out. If someone came, oh yeah, I would have done it. Oh heck yeah, I would be like, yo, where's Elmo?
Where's Elmo?
Where's Elmo? Let me put him on real fast. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, don't knock it until you try it.
I mean, I'm usually
I've
open
never
to
tried
many
it.
things, but then I was asked this one question, and I didn't think it was like that big of a deal until I asked my friend like what he meant. So, okay, so you remember the time that we went out? It was like one of the first times that we all went out, and we went somewhere downtown. I think it was like the LA Reserve. And as we're leaving, Philly's calling the cab over, and like Sterling crosses the street to go meet Philly, almost gets hit by a car, and like leaves me for like I was alone for literally like
5
seconds. And so, you know, he ran across to go meet Philly for the cab, and these two guys just swoop in right behind me. They saw their opportunity, they saw their chance, and this guy's like, oh my God, your friend almost died trying to look cool for you to go catch the cab. And I'm like,
bitch, I run for a living.
and
Fuck
then
you.
he's like, and I was like, oh, that's not my man, that's just my friend, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, see, my man over here, like he was playing wingman hard. He's like, my man over here, he would never leave you. He would never leave you. And I was like, oh my God, here it comes. So then, yeah, he's like talking to me, and like we're walking and talking to the cab, and then, you know, like he's asking for my number, and Sterling's just like, all right, hurry up, we gotta get in the cab.
I'm like, we gotta go, just get that number, let's get it.
Give him your number, and I was like, all right. So I did, and I don't really remember. Like the next day, I totally forgot about this situation. Like I just went on about my day. He calls me like in the middle of the day, like the next day, and I'm just like, who is this? Because he just started off with like a corny joke, and I was like, all right, I don't know. Like it was kind of like one of those, is your refrigerator running kind of jokes. Like he started off the conversation, and I was like, and then he was like, oh, I'm the guy from last night. I was like, oh, you could have started off with that. All right, that was like the first weird thing. I was like, all right, whatever. So then we were texting, and like I exchanged Instagrams because like I need to know what he looked like again, because I kind of just forgot. Whatever. So we're texting.
You gotta make sure he's above the 5'5".
Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah, exactly.
He's tall.
That's your intentions.
I mean, I haven't always been with tall people, but like you just can't be my height.
How tall are you?
5'3". You cannot be my height. I'm not. It's just not.
I don't think I know. I probably haven't met yet someone who is 5'3".
There's some small people out there. But anyway, So whatever, we're texting and then like we're making all these plans to meet up, but like it just hasn't happened yet. And then before like we actually did meet up, he texts me out of nowhere, and he's like, "So, question, like, can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Already? Like we're already starting off with, can I ask you a question?" So I'm like, "Oh, I'm nervous now." I'm like, "Okay, what's up? Shoot." And he's like, "So, how like into feet are you? Like, is that like a deal breaker for you if like a guy is into feet?" And I was like, driving when I got this text, and I was like, I mean, I've never been asked this question, so like, I don't know, and like, what does that even entail? Like, I mean, like, you can massage my feet all you want, you can kiss them, I don't care, but like, that's pretty much it. That's what I think about. You just think my feet, I guess, are attractive to you. I don't know. And then I asked my friend Lewis, and then my friend Lewis is like, "Nah, like he wants to fuck your feet." And I'm like, "But what does that mean?" Like, he's like, he wants your 2 feet, and then he's just gonna put his thing in between them, and then it's just
I like how PG we're getting.
We're keeping.
All
right, so he's putting his penis between your 2 feet, and he's just gonna fuck your feet.
He's gonna fuck your feet, man. That's all he's gonna do. Fuck your feet.
So then, like, I mean, but then he was like, "Don't look up any like foot porn shit. That's not me. That's gross. I'm like a functional man." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Don't worry, it's not that crazy." I'm like, "It's gotta be crazy if you're telling me that it's been a situation, it's been an issue in the past, and you're telling me not to look shit up, and then it's not that crazy." So
you guys should be open to new experiences.
I have heard it's very common.
No, foot fetishes are very common. That's like probably one of the most common fetishes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like this is
But honestly, I don't see any pleasure that I'm getting out of this. You're fucking my. That's gonna.
Wow, you're selfish as shit.
That's just gonna tickle my feet, and like, what do I get out of this? Like, what do I? You're just gonna get off, and I'm just what? My feet are just now soaked in your jizz. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the whole jizz on the feet thing. I mean, if other people are into it, sure, to each his own. But for me, I don't think it's for me. No. But I'm very open to other things. So.
I mean, like the whole BDMS kind of thing. That was a real big thing when what book came out like years ago. It was about like the reporter girl. What was that?
Who?
Wait, what?
Come on, you guys. 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Come on, you guys gotta stay current on the time.
See, like that's fine. That 50 Shades of Grey stuff. Like,
oh my gosh, I saw that with my 2 friends that were girls, and I was sitting right in between them.
I just
remember watching it like, yo, what is this shit? I paid $10 for this. I mean, it was a good movie, but like, I was like, oh.
I definitely think we normalized like that culture, the BDMS culture, than this, because everyone generally people think of feet and they're like, you know.
That's why y'all gotta be open.
I just realized that I was wearing sandals that night. So like, I wish I met this guy because I want to ask him if like, was it my feet that like, did you see my feet? And we're like, oh, yo, I got this girl.
I was gonna say, were you wearing sandals?
I was wearing sandals because it was pretty nice out.
It was a nice night.
It was still nice out, so.
Hey, benefits of LA, it's nice outside all the time.
I know, I do not miss New York weather. I miss New York and its people, but damn, fuck that weather.
Cardi B said the best, a hoe don't get cold.
A hoe never gets cold, that's right. But anyway, so like, what is your hope? Like, do you think you're gonna be open to dating or like?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, it's honestly, it's timing, and it's like if you're super special. Like, if you're really intelligent and I can have a conversation with you, like, and not to say, like, you're boring, but you're not, like, I don't know, interesting, like, then I'm going to lose interest myself, you know? So it's like, you got to be, like, I really value intelligence, honestly. And then it's also, like, where I am in my life, you know? I'm 21 years old, so I'm super young, even though I feel kind of old.
I keep forgetting you're 21.
You know, so it's like, I don't know.
While me and Monica sit here, like, oh my God.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Y'all are like grandparents.
That's what raising a child.
No, but like I don't know the craziest story. I haven't been too crazy. So actually I have, but it's like the one situation that I was in that like I literally couldn't do anything. Like this was like the one time like I don't even know what was going through my mind. So I was on the island of Palos in Greece. Okay. I was with my best friend Joey, and we're at a bar, and I was very, very, very drunk, right? And I was like, cause when I'm drunk, I don't pay attention to anything around. Like if you come up to me and you're a girl, like, and you want to talk to me, when I'm drunk, I'm just like, I'm freaking dancing. I'm like, move. Boom. Like, get to the side, the dance floor is that way, and that's where I'm headed, you know? So it's like, that's how I am, honestly. Like, I really don't care. So there's these 3 girls from DC that were there, and we ended up, I was off doing my thing. Me, Joey and the 2 other guys we were with were talking with them, and they were actually trying to get with them. So then I come back, I'm like, yo guys, where's the drinks? And then one of the girls they were talking to came up to me and started talking to me. I literally just wanted to push her to the side, but like I did it because I was like, look, she's actually like pretty nice. So we get to the dance floor, and like by that point I couldn't feel my legs, like nothing, like everything below my belly button was gone, absolutely completely gone. So she's grinding mad hard on me. I don't know what's going on down there. I think something was going on down there. Like, I'm pretty sure I had a huge boner, like a freaking huge one.
Why couldn't you feel your legs? Just
because I was, no, because I was drunk. I was pounding back the ouzo, Monica.
I do remember times where I couldn't feel my legs.
I could not feel my legs, yeah.
Well, so, honestly, I just go to the point where I black out and I just really am lost. I'm a floating soul.
Typical. So like we're dancing, and I think she's grinding on me, or she's trying to grind on me. I was kind of confused about that too. Anyway, so I'm like, girl, look, I need to sit down, because if I don't, I'm a face plant. So I do. So like for 45 minutes, she's literally just like moving her butt on my lap. I'm like, yo, back up. I need to get the blood flow going. So I like put my feet up on like the stool and stuff. Yeah. She's still going at it, right?
And she's committed. She's
She was. So then
she knows what she wants.
She wants the D.
Well, I was like, not tonight.
not tonight. It's not going down.
Not tonight. It's not. I can't even. I literally. So we end up leaving. It was me, my friend Josh, Emilios, and Joey. We ended up going, and her friends have already left. It's like 3:30, 4 a.m. in the morning. Her friends are gone, and like we're walking out. She's like, so do you want to come over to my place, or should I go over to yours? And I was like, listen, girl, I can barely walk right now. I can't feel anything down there. I'm going to sleep, okay? And that's what's gonna happen. And she just left.
Where were you guys like staying?
We were in an Airbnb. Don't ask me where. I have no idea where it was. I was, at the time, I was 17, I think.
Oh my God,
yeah.
You're a baby.
Yeah. So it was like, I just remember like walking out, like and like they got on me the rest of the trip. Those guys were just hounding me for it. They're like, yo, you should have gone and had sex with her, blah blah blah. And I was like, yo, I couldn't feel my freaking legs. Like, get off my ass.
Well, if you're gonna make that commitment and you're ready for it, you better be all in for that commitment.
I know, and she lived like 2 miles down the street, and she was walking. I was like, hell no. I was like, no, listen, we're both gonna get connected.
Walk by herself?
I couldn't walk.
What kind
Monica,
of
I could not walk.
You couldn't even take her with you? Like, and she could have on the
I couldn't walk myself, okay?
So how'd you get home?
They carried me. I was up on their shoulders, man. I put one arm around the other, and they carried me home.
I say, you're a big guy. I don't think I'm carrying
you. They freaking carried me home. There was no shot. Listen, hey, if you're out till 3, 4 a.m. and
how old was she like around your age?
She was like 25. She was like 25. I think she was actually like really, really mad too. I'm pretty sure she was very mad that I didn't even like take her home. She must
have been sexually frustrated because she was ready. She
was
ready.
I'm sorry. Like,
she was in heat.
I'm sorry. Listen,
she was in heat.
She was in heat.
If you're planning on staying out that late, be prepared that someone's
the band that you choose isn't going to be in the best
be
position.
prepared. if it's 4 yeah, listen, girl, maybe the next night, but not tonight. Not tonight. So that's it. That's like the one situation I've been in where like I didn't know what to do, especially like with her. So I just like let her. I was like, okay, I'll message you on Instagram later. I think I told her that, and then we went our separate ways, and that was it.
Do I feel like love here in LA is possible?
How did you get that from anything I just said, Sterling?
I
literally, how did that come?
because that was the original question.
As you'll find out throughout these episodes, Sterling's the deep one.
Yo, what?
No, this is what we were
I'm talking about something hungry. So it's like, so are you gonna find love here?
Okay, so what is your like most recent dating situation like? Well, how was it? How was the
I
encounter?
haven't taken a girl out on like a date since college. Honestly, since like on like an actual date, like not a hookup, like a date.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like college, and I remember.
Did you take her to IHOP?
This was bad. No, this was.
Did
on
you
campus.
take her to IHOP?
Okay, no, this was on.
God.
This was like a campus. This was a sucky campus place.
You got that
Campus
memorized, don't
food
you?
place.
Oh hell yeah.
He's got the whole menu in the back of his
I
house.
do.
Girl, I can show you the whole
Yo,
world.
those Mexican tres leches. Oh my, $9.99. They're so good.
I can show you the
They're
world.
so good. Anyway, enough with the pancakes. Y'all make me hungry. So we were on campus, right? Like we were at a dining hall, I think, or some other food place. Anyway, we're sitting next to a window, and like I really wanted to play basketball that day. I kid you not. Like the hoop, I could see the hoops, and like we had like a 2-hour conversation. I don't remember anything
So
she
how old are
said.
you? Like 20?
I think so.
Well, you're only
Probably.
21 now,
Yeah, I
so
was
it
probably
could have been that long.
It was either when I was no, I haven't taken a girl in so long, like on a date.
Okay.
Like in so
What
long.
do you consider a date date?
Like going for food.
Yeah.
Like and actually like talking with someone.
Like
You
you haven't
haven't
even like taken like met up with someone for coffee or anything like that.
Like that I
That
like
you were
actually
interested
like.
in.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. Not in a while. It's been a minute.
Damn.
Yeah. Because it's like I'm doing like that's an extra step for me to take. You know what I mean?
I get that. I feel you.
So it's like it's hard, but like yeah. So we were like that ended bad too because I didn't know anything she said. I was just thinking about playing ball.
Right.
Honestly, like that was
Yeah,
it.
it sounds like young-minded.
No, that was it.
You have your priorities.
Yeah, I was like, that's how you should be thinking. You know?
Dude, because it's.
I mean, honestly, I think at this point in our lives, we should be selfish
Why not?
and like,
but it
ourselves
sucks.
and
It sucks though.
because you
It
want to
really
be in a
does suck.
relationship,
Yeah,
but like
it
you
does
don't
suck.
have the time for it, and you want to give it your all, but you can't.
It does suck, yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's like the last. Like I don't even know why. It's like people have like wanted to go do something. Like I'll always be like, yeah, sure, but then like the day before I'll be like, hey, I'm busy doing this, you know, I don't think I'm gonna make it. So it's like I think it's also subconsciously I don't want to be committed right now because it's like what I was saying. It's like I'm just busy doing my own thing.
You're
and
focused. Okay.
I'm like terrified, like, cause I've hurt girls before too, and I don't want to do that. Like my intention is never to hurt someone else. Like I never want that to happen, you know. So it's like it sucks. Like if I ever cause someone like emotional harm, like that feels awful.
I respect
you
that,
know.
as you should. How about for you? What was your last like dating situation like?
Horrible. So, little fun fact. The last dating situation that I went through, like I asked a girl out on a date. Super down to earth girl who has or is studying to be a doctor.
Okay.
She's going after her doctorate. So I thought, oh my God, this is the perfect girl. My situation too, I want to find a girl who is extremely intelligent.
Right? Yeah.
I want to find someone that is absolutely dedicated to their work, just like me.
Okay.
And this girl fit those things almost perfectly, like to the T. So
Yeah, but an actor and a doctor, those are two completely different lives that it's gonna be
know.
tough to keep up with.
What kind of doctor?
she wanted to work on like tumors and stuff like that. And this was
That's a real
as like a
doctor.
brain.
That
That's a-
clarifies.
that's a real-
that
that's a
freaking
real
clarifies.
doctor.
So, yeah, she wants to operate on people.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
I mean, like, basically, I wanted to know more, but it kind of stopped at the first date. Cause here's one pet peeve of mine, right? So if I'm about to take you out to dinner, and I'm about to pay for this dinner, and again, first date, I still believe that the men should pay for the first meal.
Yeah, equality. Switch it up.
I think
Switch it up.
I think men should pay for. I feel like men should pay for the first meal, but then
I'm not opposed.
I know, but then after the second date,
you making
then
money, I can be your sugar mama too, but just wait.
Yes.
Just wait.
Just wait.
We'll get back on that. So like I take her out to this super fancy restaurant in Studio City, it's Firefly, I think. And I love the place. It's so it really, this is like the premier dinner spot. It's awesome. It's romantic. It's perfect. I get there a little early. I'm ready and like looking as dapper as I possibly can.
Ooh.
Oh, we're looking dapper.
Ooh.
So I walk.
Okay, Sterling.
I walk in and I'm waiting for her and.
Do you have a rose too?
No, I did not want to do the
Did you
roast.
pull out her seat?
I did.
Nice.
Oh, I always do.
Oh my god, the guy that. Okay, I'll tell you about my date after this.
I always open the door for girls, and I take the seat. Hey man, like no other guy does it. You want to make an imprint, like an imprint inside.
I respect it.
Open the
Like,
door.
honestly, that's
Chivalry
good.
is not dead with Mr. Pope here.
That's fantastic. I just forget. Like I just forget to do that.
So I meet up with her, right, and she is looking amazing, right? So we sit down for food, and
how did you meet her first? Hinge, Tinder.
She's a Tinderella.
She's a Tinderella.
She's a Tinderella, bro.
Oh
dating
my
apps,
gosh.
Back in action. Okay.
Back in action. So, and again, like that's weird. Like you don't find girls like this on Tinder. So I thought this was gonna be perfect, right?
It's too good to be true.
It's too good to be true because you know what? I need a girl who eats. Okay. We went to this fancy restaurant and I'm ordering like some of this really healthy stuff. And she originally was just like, I'm starving. I had like 5 texts from her, like, I'm starving, I'm super hungry, I can't wait to eat.
Oh, she's ready to order.
She's ready to order the whole menu, right? I think I'm just gonna like hold off for now.
The fuck does that mean?
The fuck does that mean? Like,
Oh, hell no.
I swear to God,
Like,
she literally said like 5 or 6 times, like during the day, like, I can't wait for tonight. I'm starving. Then why the hell did you show up and did not want to order food at a restaurant? So I'm like, you know what?
People that like she feels uncomfortable eating like in front of
And
guys.
I think in front of you, yeah. And so I was like,
Oh,
okay.
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
I'll be fucking wings and
Oh,
fucking
thank
licking
you.
My fingers
Yeah.
and like, this
But I
is
have like a bunch
delicious.
of wing sauce all over the mouth, just ready, just
Yeah.
you're good. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make this date into me, right? Because I never do. So I just ordered everything on the menu. I had like a 20-course meal and just eating everything. And she's like, well, I guess this was like exactly how this was gonna end out. She's like, well, it's been such a pleasure meeting you. And she's
You were
like,
so nice.
you were so nice. Yeah, literally to the T. And I'm eating the food. I'm still eating. I'm not putting this stuff down. She's like, I'm just gonna go to my car and just dishes.
What?
Yep, just dishes.
Wait, in the middle of the day?
Dissed you?
Just in the middle of the day.
No
Maybe
way.
it's good. Maybe it's good. Hey man, I've never had that happen before, but.
Oh no.
I would have been like, wait, I thought you were paying.
Wait, you should.
Like, you got this tab, you got all this food?
I would have been like, wait, we didn't discuss this before. I'm confused.
You should have Venmo requested.
Find her and then we'll just be like, like I
Oh
need
my
this.
god.
Yeah, like
Damn, that's tough, man.
Have you guys ever had someone walk out on you?
No.
Like on a date? No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not
If
like
anything,
in the middle? No.
Well, thank you,
and I don't think I've ever. I mean, that one time that I met the Tinder kid and I found out that he was my height, I just kind of ditched him. I was like, but like we were in a public setting and he came with a friend, so it wasn't like bad.
Monica,
So-
what is it about girls in height? You're not the only one.
I just don't want to be the same size as you. Like I don't find that physically attracting.
I have to agree. Like, I don't like girls taller than me. I'm only like 5'10".
That's just my preference.
On a
Some
good
people, I guess, like to be the same height, or like they like them smaller than. I don't know if I found a girl that likes that, but.
But like, if you met the perfect man, the perfect dude, and he was like 5'2", would that not like be appealing to you? Some of the most successful people out there are
really small, I know.
Napoleon was small.
He actually wasn't. fun fact, he was like around 5'7", 5'8".
Napoleon?
Napoleon, yeah. You were talking about like the French leader?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was around 5'8".
Fun fact.
What?
Fun fact, yes.
We're gonna fact check you. I'm gonna fact check you.
Yeah.
After this episode.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
And we're
anyways.
gonna put a disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
wrong. Napoleon was actually 4'9". Sterling was wrong.
I know. Yeah.
Alright, so you guys like talked about what you guys are kind of looking for in a relationship, at least where you guys are at right now. I mean, I guess I agree. I want someone that's gonna be like my best friend. That's gonna be
Exactly.
coming along for the journey, like through the highs, the lows, because it's not gonna be easy, like keeping up with me, because I'm just literally, you don't know what my next move is gonna be. Like it's just spontaneous, but you need to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I went on a date today. I took this was me. I got the tickets for us, but I applied for free.
Wait,
tickets.
how'd you meet the kid?
So I met him. It wasn't through Hinge. It was like a normal interaction, like person face to face.
How did you do it?
So I was bartending
Okay.
at my job, and he's just like a regular that comes in every now and then. He always comes in a suit. He's good looking, you know. He's a sales guy, and he always comes in for the happy hour. And like we just started clicking because he's like not from here, but he's from Wisconsin, so like we didn't have much to click about. The only thing we clicked about was how cold we can get. We're like, yo, California people, they're pussy. They're mad soft. They're mad soft. I'm like, it ain't even cold, and I'm like, but now I'm getting soft because like this little chill. I'm like, it's so cold. I'm like, when I go back to New York, it's gonna be a rude awakening.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just clicked on like a few things, and then he came again and asked for my number. He's like, oh, because he was telling me he DJs, and I'm like, I was trying to go to a show. He's like, you should. I was like, I want to check what kind of music do you like play, and he's like, tropical house, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm down to like check out one of your sets because he performs at some places. So I'm like, cool. And so we hung out once. We went on a date. We went to like the Suga Lounge, had food and whatever. It was cool. Then I applied to like win these Jimmy Kimmel tickets, and I won. And so I invited him.
Oh, that's the kid?
That's the kid.
Oh.
That's the guy. He's like actually 29, so he's pretty old. He's not a kid. He's a man. But so I invited him, and he's like super excited. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna get out of work early because the show starts. The last time, like, you have to be there before 3:45.
Yeah.
Priority check-in starts at 3:15. But like, if you were there after 3:45, you're not gonna get in. So he's like, and that kind of made me, because he usually gets out of work because he comes to my job at like around 4 o'clock. So I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I'll get out of work early. This sounds like a great time. We're gonna drink before, we're gonna have snake before, because you know Snoop Dogg is gonna be on the show. We had to come prepared for him. Anyway, so the morning he's like, all right, I'm out of work. He calls me at like around 12. I'm like, awesome, cool. Like I'm gonna get ready and I'll come get you because you're closer, and then we'll just go from there. So when I get to his house, I thought he was ready to go. Like he finished all his work. Because like on the phone at 12, he was like, I just had like to take this test and then we're good. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, what kind of test you gotta take? He's like, this is like the one test that I have to take for my company, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, that's fine. So he's telling me he's gonna do it while I drive, like, cause he has like a portable little tablet that has internet and like whatever. And I was like asking him, like, so how many questions is it? How long is it gonna take you? Because we're only 20 minutes away, like from Jimmy Kimmel. So what's the deal? He's like, oh no, I'll finish this right away. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, so once I start the test, it's like I have an hour to complete it. So I'm like, okay, we have some time. And so my sunroof is open, it's hot, and he's like, starts the test. I was like, so how many questions are there? And he's like, 45. And I was like, what?
I must have hit you with a
I was
lot.
like, okay, is there a lot of reading? Like, is there like multiple choice? Can you do this like really fast? And he's like, hey, I think I can do it. So we get to the parking lot in like Jimmy Kimmel, and I'm like, so what question are you on? And it's like 3 o'clock. So we have like some time still. So he's like, I'm on question 2. And I was like, oh, okay. So then he's going, he's working, and I'm just like trying to find out like bars or whatever, like that we can go nearby. Maybe we can catch one drink before we get online. And then I asked him, what question are you? I was like, 8. I'm like, oh my god. Then he's like, oh no. And I'm like, what? And he's like, also like we're like siphoning on this car ride, and like he's like trying to finish his sentence, and I'm not making it easier for him. I have music playing, I'm passing him the blunt, and he's just going. But like, okay, he's a grown man. He could say no. He was the one who said I'm down for everything.
Taking a test high?
Yes.
Then you can't focus.
It's
Well, honestly,
it's
he's a grown man.
difficult.
He was the one who said I'm down for all of this, and I thought he was gonna be ready for Jimmy Kimmel. So let me continue. Whatever. His iPad overheats because of the sun, so it turns off. And I'm like, no. And he's like, no. And I was like, oh, great. I was like, just take a screenshot of like the little overheated symbol and just send it and just be like, that's it. And then we'll go to Jimmy Kimmel. He's like, no, I have to take this, like, I have to do this test. And I'm like, all right. Well, and then it turns on. And so it was saved on the last question, so he didn't have to start. I mean, he wasn't far. So he's like, so he's like working, and I'm there. I'm gonna wait online and see if like it's a huge line, and you'll just meet me after. Also, he was like, yeah, I'll pay for the parking. The parking was like $20. So I was like, yeah, you can handle that, cause like I got a ticket. I drove here, just do the parking. He's like, yeah. So I'm online, and then I'm like talking to the lady who's handling the ticket. She's like, all right, this is priority. That's general, and like there's a huge line for general. So basically, if like they don't have enough people, I guess for the Jimmy Kimmel, like they take people from the general line. But like there were so many priority, like, and they only seat like 200 people in there. So I asked her like, what are my options? Like, can I give him my ticket? Like, can I email it to him? Can I text it to him? And then he meets me later, and I go in first and whatever. And she's like, no, you're gonna have to make a call here. Like, either you wait with him, wait till he finishes his test, and have the chance of missing Jimmy Kimmel, or you go in by yourself and, you know, tell him about the experience later. So I chose Matthew McConaughey and Snoop Dogg.
I mean, Snoop Dogg, man, you can't miss that one.
Over this man. So
that's hurtful. But what happened after?
So then, you know, after I got into the car, I told him I told him my experience. I was like, so what happened? He's like, no, honestly, it was better that you went, because he didn't even know that he had a 4:30 conference call. So Mans was all messed up this day. He took a bunch of L's. He paid for $20 parking to sit in the parking lot to finish his test.
He's like, he could have been in Starbucks or somewhere else now.
His thing
He's in
overheated
your hot,
because of
sweaty car.
because my sunroof was open and the sun was beaming today. And he missed Jimmy Kimmel for free. So yeah, he took a few L's today. But I mean, he's a cool guy. I just don't know if like he matches my lifestyle. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know.
I mean,
like, I'm not opposed to trying.
Could you see a future with this guy? Like, would you ever do this again?
Yeah, it sounds like he's a nice guy.
No, he's a great guy. He's a good guy.
And it sounds like he's professional.
Yeah, very professional.
He is professional. I guess we're just gonna have to tune in on the next episode.
But how was the date?
The date was good. Like, we have good conversation. It flows. But I just don't. There's like, I don't think there's a spark there. Like, I don't think there's something that's enticing me. Like, that's like, oh, I can't wait till the next time.
Hey, my thing is, if he pulls open a seat for you.
I mean, everything checked off except for today. Everything was well. Like, I had the introduction, how we met, how he followed up. You know, he's a good texter. He's very like, you know, he's a gentleman.
You should have asked him about how his test was, and then just immediately.
No,
like,
I
Snoop
asked
Dogg was so amazing.
No, that's exactly what I did. I was like, so did you pass your test? And he was like, no, I didn't even finish it.
What?
Because the time was clicking since the time, and then you know the overheating that took like 5
This
minutes.
man probably lost his job because of you, Monica.
Honestly, he put himself in that situation. He knew what was happening today. I told him we were having a day. He's not losing.
I know.
Because he's gonna
get in
explain.
trouble, though.
Like, yeah, he's gonna
Don't be in trouble.
But he didn't miss the 4:30 call. He almost missed the 4:30 call if he went to Jimmy Kimmel. So if he missed both, then maybe who knows? He might have to pick up that DJing career.
He might actually have to follow through with this.
He
one.
might have to go through.
It's not a side hustle now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any more questions for me, or like tell our viewers about your love life? Anything else that we've been missing?
Dude, I don't know. How do you? Okay, the pulling chairs out thing.
Okay.
The pulling chair out thing.
Right.
How do you remember Sterling?
So like.
How does that come? That should be like a checklist.
I messed up your name. See,
and you're like from the South too,
that's
Philly.
it.
Yeah, okay,
That's
but
like
it's
some Southern hospitality.
it's not really in the East Coast. Like, you know that.
Yeah, I feel like it's like, bitch, open the door yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, okay, Northern. Yeah, you guys are so mean. Honestly,
Yeah, we're kind
of- That's just like-
so freaking.
I mean, it's just because we don't mean it, but we.
It's just that's
yeah, like,
just
freaking-
like how-
I hold the door open for everybody, man.
I don't
It's
know if
like.
you've ever held the door open for me.
How do you? Okay, so here's.
Okay, from like if I'm walking in, I'll do like the little back hold. Like I'll be like, okay, you have like 5 seconds to get in, or it's closing. You know what I mean? Like you got a 5-second window. But
I mean, like, so as far as like the door thing goes, as long if it's a car, here's where like our society gets so confusing. So a lot of times people think like you open that door, they're just gonna hop in and then move right onto the next seat over. Like you're supposed to.
that's
open-
logical. That's like the logical thing to do.
The actual thing that you should be doing is staying put because I'm opening the door for you. So you should sit right there. And then I'll walk around the car so you don't have to move a muscle.
Wow.
That
What
is
a gentleman.
What?
that
That's inefficient.
guys tell me if
I
I'm,
think you should
that's
tell. I think you
inefficient.
should
Tell me
take.
if I'm wrong.
I think we should have you take Philly on a date and like show him how
Oh.
If
you
he's
should
paying-
treat a woman.
If Sterling's paid,
No, we're gonna go on the
go
road. We're
wherever
gonna go
you
behind
want,
the
Sterling.
scenes.
Hell
and,
no.
wherever
No,
you
it's
want.
not.
If you're paying Sterling,
You know,
I
you-
thought
you might
we're-
even get a
I'll
kiss
be
in
a
the end.
date.
Weren't you the one to say equality? Like so, like we split the.
yeah, I'm a dude.
So,
So.
so I guess we're both paying.
Damn. Well, that's gonna be an interesting date. Well, I think we've covered all bases as of now. Maybe we'll tune into this
That's it.
chapter, this topic, another time on one of my episodes. But yeah, thank you for listening in on my first episode on MoMo on the Move.
It's been a pleasure being here.
Thank you guys.
It's been amazing.
Wow, love you guys.
Love you
Alright.
too.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.